Good grief. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. This video is all about a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of chatting. Today is actually my birthday, and I think it's time for some changes. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm so glad you stopped by. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 and over 60 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. First of all, can we talk about my shirt? How cute is this shirt? This was a recommendation from Mrs. Melissa M here on YouTube. And honestly, I have picked up so many things she's recommended lately. I'm half thinking about just sending her my debit card and save myself a few steps. I saw this shirt on her channel. She was wearing it in the color purple. Oh my gosh, it looked so beautiful on her. But I thought, I can't copy exactly. If you're going to get this shirt, you can't get the same color too. So I got this pink color. It comes in a bunch of different colors. I think I'm going to go back and get a few more. Here's the thing with this shirt. It's super, super stretchy, so it's very, very comfortable. And the crisscross, of course, makes everything look a little bit more perky. And then it really cinches in your waist. It's one of those good Amazon finds. Thank you, Mrs. Melissa M. Honestly, I think I need you for my personal shopper. Today, I just wanted to have a little chat with you guys because I think it's time for some changes in my life. Today, I turned 65 and, I feel fine about that. As a matter of fact, I feel a little bit like I'm being punked because when I thought about 65 when I was in my 30s and 40s, it seemed old to me. But the thing is, I don't feel any different today than I did in my 30s. It feels pretty much the same. I'm doing the same things. I just don't have kids at home. That's a lot different, so I'm less exhausted. I have the bright, colorful birthday background here today, and I thought we would just chat a little bit about where to go from here. It did cross my mind that turning 65, maybe I'm too old for YouTube. I guess I should probably start hopping into some makeup. I'm going to just put my makeup on while I chat. I'll point out a few things along the way, but this is mostly going to be me chatting. Age Perfect Blurring Face Primer. So I was thinking about being one of the oldest women on YouTube doing makeup. I do know that there's a couple of gals that are probably a little bit older than me. I know Rockstar Mom is in her 70s. She's fabulous. If you don't watch her channel, you should look her up. She's really, really fun. And I think there's one or two more, but really the range of over 60 beauty YouTubers is really, really tiny, and I'm one of those. So it did kind of strike me as a little bit funny that I'm 65 years old now and doing makeup and skincare videos. Beauty Pie Eyeshadow Primer. I first started my channel about 2.5 years ago. And for anyone that's new, that's trying to catch up, I'll give you a really quick story. Most of you already know this, so I'll keep it quick. When I started my channel, I was 62. I think I was 62. Yeah, it was like halfway through my 62nd year. And the reason I started my channel is because my skin was in such bad shape. It was one of those kind of things where I had neglected my skin all my life. Never wore sunscreen, went to sleep with my makeup on, the whole deal. Just terrible. What I realized is that my skin looked really, really horrible. And I thought about it and I thought, I could live with it or I could see if I could do something about it. I decided to start a YouTube channel to document my skincare journey because I at least wanted to try. I didn't know if I was too old to really make an impact on my skin or if it would work. I really didn't know, but I thought, what, if I have a YouTube channel, it will help me stick with it. This is the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector. So I started this YouTube channel, and oh my gosh, let me tell you what, you guys. If I had really realized how bad my skin looked and just the whole deal, I wouldn't have done it. I really was a little bit clueless at that point. Looking back now, I just can't even believe I had the guts to do that. If you haven't seen any of my earlier videos, just go over to my channel, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and look at the first couple of videos, and you'll see how different my skin looked. Here's one thing that you guys may not know. I have exactly the same camera, exactly the same lights, everything today that I had when I first started my channel. I bought one camera, I barely know how to use it, and just launched from there. The difference you see isn't a better camera or better lighting, it's all the same. Now we're 2.5 years down the road, and I think we've pretty much found out that you really can do a lot to impact your skin regardless of your age. I mean, goodness sakes, I was in my early 60s when I started this journey, And I think that my skin looks a lot better now. And what I've said in other videos, and I'll say the same thing here, what I think the biggest change is that my skin is just healthier. There's a lot that we can do to create healthier looking skin, and that's what we're seeing here. We're just seeing skin that's healthy and well cared for. This is the Revlon Brow Pencil. I love this thing. Have you tried one of these? These are really cool. Now we're 2.5 years down the road. I'm older. And we've discovered that, yeah, you really can do a lot to impact your skin. And here's one thing I want to say. What I would encourage you to do is don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do a lot with your skin with very affordable at-home skincare and devices. Truly, I am stunned and shocked that I've been able to do this much in a really, really affordable way at home. And you know, I have a lot of people, I don't know if you guys notice, but they come on my channel, they watch a video, and they make a comment saying, you've had a facelift, you've had an eye lift, you've had a neck lift, the whole thing. And the answer is, yeah, no, I haven't. I have been on this channel 2 to 3 times a week for the last 2.5 years. When would I have time to go have plastic surgery? That takes weeks to recover from. Anyway, so I get a lot of those comments, and I think it's just because none of us really realized how much you can do yourself at home affordably. Today I'm using the Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is new to me. I picked this up in the Sephora sale. I do have the Tartelette Juicy palette. Really love this one. I have a feeling I'm going to love this one too. Isn't that beautiful? Really looking forward to working with this. Here we are 2.5 years down the road, and we pretty much figured out that you can do a lot to fix your skin. And I'm thinking, well, what's next? That was kind of the whole point of my channel. It did dawn on me that, you know, maybe I'm just too old for YouTube. You know, maybe I've done my deal and there we have it. We found out that we can fix our skin. But you know what? I just am having a lot of fun, and I think that there's probably other areas that we could look at and address and figure out solutions to for us over 50 and over 60 women that might be fun to dive into. I'm just taking this little cream color right here and putting that over both lids. You know, and to be honest, part of it is very, very selfish because I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my YouTube channel. It's really been a lot of fun for me, and I have loved making all the connections with you guys. One of the things that I have really been enjoying lately is working with makeup and finding out what makeup really works for mature women, how to put it on so it really flatters a more mature face, so I can really see doing a deep dive into the details of working with makeup when you're a little bit older. I'll tell you what, this shadow color is blending in so beautifully. Now I'm going to take this transition color, and that's going to go right above my natural crease. What I'm wondering from you guys is, what would you like to see? What are you interested in? What questions do you still have? What don't you know about that you wish you knew more about? And perhaps we can look at diving into those subjects as well. Now I'm going to dip into this pink shade. It's called Sweetheart right here. One of the things that I'm finding interesting about being 65 now is that I thought my mobility and my body would feel a lot different than it does. And to be honest with you, I have the same mobility and the same energy level that I did 30 years ago. So that's another fairy tale that I think we've been told. My daughter is here for the holiday weekend, and whenever she comes, the theme is kind of food and hiking. We do have a tradition of going on a hike on my birthday every year. And this year we're going to be hiking along the north side of the lake. There's a really pretty trail along the north side. It's called the East Side Trail. It's actually like a foot and bike path that was constructed that is so gorgeous because it literally snakes right along the shoreline of the lake. It is so gorgeous. If you ever come to Lake Tahoe, do the East Side Trail. It is really, really pretty and really fun. It's a 3-mile out and back trail, so it's 3 miles each way, 6 miles total. And you start in Incline Village, go on down to Sand Harbor, and then come back. So we're going to do that today and then go and eat at my favorite restaurant in Incline Village. So I'm just blending that color in. Now I'm going to take that same detail brush. This is the Angie 504 brush, and I'm going to dip it into this brown right down here. That's going to go deep into the crease and just on the outside third of my lid. And let me bring you guys in closer here. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. Silly me. So I'm just going to tap my bristles into that color Tap that off, and that's just going to go right on the outside third of that lid. What I believe the reason is that I want to rethink things is because we've kind of been told in our culture that when you get into your mid to late 60s, you're winding things up or your world is getting a little bit smaller. And for me, that's definitely not the case. I don't know how you feel. And so in my mind, I was thinking, well, I'm going to start slowing down. My activities are going to become fewer. I'm not going to feel as good. And all this stuff. Turns out that was just another bunch of hooey we've been fed. So now I'm to the point where I'm thinking, all right, it almost feels to me like there's another whole act waiting for me. Do you feel that same way? Like I thought things would be winding down. I'm not feeling like they're winding down. I feel terrific. I got a lot of energy. I'm interested in a lot of things. So now I'm kind of reorganizing and thinking, I've got this whole new chapter that's opened up for me. It did cross my mind that maybe 65 is too old to have a YouTube channel. But you know what? I don't think so. I think that there's a lot of things that we can investigate that could be really fun and really interesting. I'm going to take a flat brush and dip right back into this cream color here that we worked with in the very, very beginning. I'm going to pat that on my movable lid because I want it wider and brighter there. And you can see putting it on that way really makes a difference in the opacity. Now I'm going to go back in with that fluffy brush and dip right back into this pink color here. I just want a little bit more towards the top of my brow. Now I'm going to take my finger and dip into this champagne shimmer shade right down here in the corner. This is like a light gold shimmer, and I wanted it pretty light. That's why I laid down that lighter color first. Now I'm going to take that same flat brush, dip into that cream color again, and that's going to go right underneath my brow. One of the real important things that I have learned from doing a deep dive into skincare for more mature skin is that you really can, A, make a big impact. We've discussed that. But B, it doesn't have to be expensive. And I really do feel like I have found a routine that I'm really happy with that really works. It's kind of like that girlfriend who has a husband she really, really likes. Like there's no improvement to be made, so she's keeping him. It's kind of like that. What that's done is it's really kind of made me very selective and very picky about what new skincare I test and try and show to you guys, because it feels like almost what's the point when I have something that's so very good. Today it's the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better. I'm in the color Fair Neutral. That being said about my opinion about skincare now, every now and again there are skincare products that I look at and say, you know what? That fills a space in the market. Or that's something unique and different and it's really well priced. And I found a couple of those in the last few weeks. So from time to time, I definitely think it'll be fun to sort of talk about and introduce new products that I think are really good for us mature skin ladies. So when you have that foundation on the back of your hand from putting it on your face, just take your brush and brush it in. It makes your hand look really pretty. So definitely from time to time, I think it makes sense to talk about new skincare products. One of the things I can say about skincare that I've noticed in the marketplace as a whole is there's so much out there. And I wake up every morning with emails in my inbox wanting me to try a product or promote their product or something. There's just very, very few that I think really matter and really are worth taking a look at. This foundation is looking a little bit light, but we'll be able to warm it up. This is the Rephr foundation brush. I love this brush. This is number 31. I'm going to take my sponge and just press that in. This is the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the color Amber. I'm interested in finding out what you guys are interested in and what topics you'd like for me to do a deep dive into, because I love doing that. I love finding out about cool things that really make sense, that are well priced, that work really well, that make life a little bit better for us more mature women. Some of the topics that come to mind for me is how do you make your whole body healthy? We know that you can make the skin on your face healthier, so how do you do that for your whole body? I've actually been kind of deep diving into that over the last several months. I've found some good information and I've made a lot of changes in my own life that have really made a difference, not only in my energy level, but how my body looks and my body feels. I've really been a little bit surprised about some of the changes because in the past in my life, from the mid-20s on, I just put on weight really, really easily. I could look at a croissant and put on 3 pounds. That's just always the way that it's been in my life. And since I've implemented some of the changes to help my body be a little bit more healthier, that's not what happens for me. I can seem to eat things that would have really put weight on me in the past. Granted, I don't eat very much of it. I eat just a little bit, but I don't put on the weight like I used to, which is interesting because I'm older now. Still in the middle of my love affair with the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. This is in the color Sunkissed. Another area I thought might be fun is to focus on some fashion ideas for more mature women, because I still like to look stylish. I don't want to wear older lady clothes. I want to wear cute clothes, but I want them to look age appropriate. So I think it would be fun to really kind of do a little bit of focus on that area. How do you stay stylish and yet look very sophisticated and classy? Now I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and just blend that bronzer and contour in. Didn't that do a nice job of just warming up the complexion? That foundation doesn't look too light now, does it? I am using a whole lot of my favorites today. This is the Nars Orgasm blush. Love this blush. I spent 2.5 years looking at this blush and not buying it. I finally bought it about 6 weeks ago. It is so good. If you can find it, pick it up. Truly, it's really, really worth it. It's higher end, but my gosh, it does magical things to your complexion. That's all I got to say. Another idea I had, and I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this, but it did cross my mind that it could be fun to do like a live coffee chat once a week where we just hop onto YouTube Live and we just talk about things. You guys can ask questions. We can just have an overall mature woman chat about what's going on in our lives in the world. Isn't that blush just so pretty? Oh, I love it. Now I'm going to go back in with that same fluffy brush and just blend that out. How pretty is that? For highlight today, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is a classic product. Just a few dots. And then a little bit on the front of my cheeks. And tap that in. Doesn't the complexion just look so pretty and sophisticated? A little bit glowy, but not too much. Great products. Doggone it, you guys, I did the same thing. I've been doing this so often lately. I forgot concealer. I think because my under eyes are just looking better than they have in the past, I sort of overlook it. One of the things I've been starting with lately, and I'll tell you what, I think this is a magical product because I haven't been setting my concealer lately and it's been looking great throughout the day. This is the Beauty Pie Genius Under Eye Corrector. I think there's something magical in this formula because I am able to put on my concealer, and I've done it with several different brands, and my concealer lays down and it doesn't crease throughout the day, and I'm not setting it. So that's a magical thing because not having to set the concealer, it's just one less step that can end up looking cakey and dry. Not only does this cover up the purple circles, but it adds kind of a luminosity to my under eyes that I think is really flattering. And it holds onto the concealer so well. It really is kind of magical. Today I'm using the Dior Forever Skin Correct. As far as keeping my YouTube channel going, I guess I'm going to. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun. I think there are other topics that we can dive into that could be very, very interesting and helpful. How long is this going to last? I really don't know. How old is too old to be on YouTube? I'm going to use my sponge and just tap that concealer in. Look at how good that concealer looks. It's amazing, huh? This is the Milani Prep Set and Glow. Charlotte Tilbury. Here I did my liner and mascara with the usual suspects, the Milani Lay Liner in the color Noir Cashmere, my voluminous lash base from L'Oreal, and the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This is kind of my go-to trio right now. But I just ordered 4 or 5 new mascaras in the Ulta sale this morning, the $10 mascaras. If they're still there, you might want to check them out. For lipstick today, I'm going to use one of my beloved Huda Beauty lipsticks. This is in the color Spring Break, and the liner is from Rimmel, and it's called 1,000 Kisses. So here's 1,000 Kisses, the liner right here, and here is Spring Break, the lipstick. And I'm just gonna smudge that out a little bit. Isn't that such a fun color? Here we have the finished look. It was so fun chatting with you guys this morning. It was a fun way to start a birthday. I'm really interested to find out what you think would be some good directions for the channel to go in. I love to learn from you. Make sure you put some comments down below and let's make the next couple of years just as fun as the last couple. If you found this video fun, useful, and helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. I have appreciated all of you stopping by in the little over 2 years I've been playing here on YouTube. I'm looking forward to having a lot more fun together. I appreciate your time every single day and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50 where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.